welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do a story time video because I have a story which is really dramatic and I thought I'd share it with you because I've told like a couple of my friends this story and it's just like my go-to subject to talk about when like I have nothing else to talk about, and it's just such a weird story and it was such a crazy experience. So this all happened when I was in year 9, I want to say, so that was like 2014 2015 kind of time. And I remember coming home from school, so I get the school bus, so I was walking back home and I forgot my keys to get inside the house, which is great. So I called my mum and she didn't really answer the phone, so I just went around the back and just sat in the garden and waited for her because she went and picked up my brother from school. So I was just sat in the back waiting for my mum to come back with my brother, and she was taking quite a while and I was getting a bit like, okay, where the hell is she? She must be talking to her friend or something. And then all of a sudden the gate opens and my brother comes in with my brother's friend mum, and I'm like, what the hell? So at this point I'm like really confused and I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, my mum never came to pick up my brother from school. So I was like, okay. And I looked through the window through the garden and I looked into the dining room and my mum's bag and her phone was on the table, and I was like, what? Because at this time she always used to take her bag with her everywhere, like that's just one thing I remember. She doesn't really do it now, but at that point she used to always take her bag and her phone with her, and it was kind of weird just seeing it on the table. So I was like, oh, she must be inside, like in the bathroom or something, like it's no big deal, she must be like, or she's on, I don't know what the hell she was doing. So I called her on my phone and I could hear her phone ringing inside the house, and I was like, okay, she's left her phone inside. So I called the house phone as well just to see if she was like upstairs and she would come downstairs to get it, and she didn't. So the top window was open, so my brother's friend mum was like telling me, why don't you just like shout her name through the window. And this woman was stressing me out to the max. Let me just say that, like, I don't think I would have felt the way I did if it wasn't for her. Like, she stressed me out to another level, I'm telling you that now. And so yeah, I was like calling my mum through the window and like she wasn't answering, obviously, because she wasn't like, you know, she just wasn't answering. And this woman was like, oh my gosh, I should call the police, and call the police, something really bad happened. And she was worrying me so much to the point where I fully started crying my eyes out, and I had the biggest panic attack of my life that I can, well, yeah, that must have been my biggest panic attack. My second to biggest panic attack was probably when I went to the hospital and had a blood test, because oh my gosh, I'm so scared of needles. But anyways, she was just stressing me out so much, and I was like, why are you calling the police, full stop? And she was like making me think of all these crazy things, and like at this point when I was in year 9, I wasn't like such a confident person, so I would overthink a lot of situations, and she was proper making me overthink this situation. I was having really bad thoughts about like, oh my gosh, my mum's hurt upstairs, like something's bad happened to her. And then I got this crazy idea that my mum had died, and I was like, because obviously I was like, what, 14 I think I was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like 14 or 15, 14. And yeah, I was like getting all these crazy thoughts, like something's bad really happened to my mum, she's died, like we need to help her now. And I was like crying, I was like, I remember texting my friends, like shaking, I was like holding my phone, I couldn't even type properly because I was shaking so much. And I remember just being such a crazy time. I could see my brother getting stressed out as well, like he wasn't crying because he was kind of in like what the hell moment, and I was like, this lady is proper stressing me out. Like I was like, can she just go away? Like she is such a nice person, but like what, she just, oh my gosh, she just wasn't helping my feelings. And I was just like, it was crazy, it was like such a crazy thing. And so yeah, and then we walked around to the front to wait for the police car to come, and all of a sudden we looked to the left, and we see my mum just casually just strolling by, coming back to the house. And I remember just running up to her and hugging her, and I was like, oh my god, I thought you died. and it was so crazy. And then my brother's friend mum like explained the whole situation, and I was like laughing. It was, oh my gosh, it was so bad, and I was just so happy to see my mum walking to the house. She just gone to go pick up my brother late, and she didn't get there in time to get my brother. That's why he got sent home with my brother's friend. And then I remember the police car just coming into our driveway, and he was just like talking to us, and I was like, oh my god. Like, obviously she called the police to say, oh no, everything's fine, but obviously they still come anyway just in case. And oh my gosh, it was so crazy, and I honestly couldn't believe that happened. I genuinely thought something really bad happened to my mum, and I was crying my eyes out and like stressing and panicking, and I was like, oh my gosh. I remember trying to climb through the window to get inside the house, and I just hated myself for like a couple of days, like, oh my gosh, I should have just had my keys. Like, I should have just had my keys, and I would have gone inside, and you know, she's not even inside, she's probably just gone there late to school. Oh my, it was just so bad, like so bad. And just take a bit of advice from this video and take your keys with you. Honestly, oh my gosh, wherever I go, I make sure I take my keys. Like, I always make sure I have my keys in my school blazer, and it was just so bad. I always tell my friends this story, like whenever like I can bring it into the conversation, and I just thought I'd share it with the world of YouTube. So if you liked this video, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because that would make my day, and also click the bell to get notifications whenever I upload. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and add me on Snapchat if you want. They're always on the end card of the video. So yeah, this has been like such a weird video to film, because obviously it's not what I do. I usually just do like beauty kind of things. So I thought I'd just try it out anyway. And yeah, so that is it for this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!